shit. And here I was hoping I wouldn't have to get all those battle trophies again. Hello everybody, this is to me, Sukasa number of ones. And pretty soon I'll be starting once again this Star Ocean to the end of time. As is tradition, I'm gonna wait. Oh, I just noticed that it has the zodiac sign there on that little circle thing. That's cool. Virgo, Libra, Scorpius, Sagittarius, Aquarius. All the way at the back, you can barely read it. Cancer, Leo, Gemini, Taurus is right there. Oh, here we go. There's an opening, there's a cutscene. I always watch these. If games have them, I'm always gonna do it. This game series was heavily inspired by Star Trek. It really is. You'll see why. 1961 AD. So that would be 40. Oh, I think these are real things, actually. Yeah, I think that's the first man-made satellite. That was the first, one of the first shuttles. That's the space shuttle, U.S. space shuttle. Anyway, the Calnus from the PS3 game, first model. The second model Calnus from Star Ocean 2. Actually, technically that was the Calnus 1 and then the Calnus 2. And now it's SD Space Date 772. This is what the planet Earth looks like now. That's right. New York City still has the freaking Statue of Liberty. But it is flying cars. The Arc de Triomphe. Apparently there's a citywide... It's a planet-wide city, I guess. That's kind of nuts. Totally not seizure-inducing whatsoever. Hello, here's the Eiffel Tower. Ah, it's a planet-wide city. As they cover it in the Last Hope, the PS3 game, but we nearly nuked ourselves out of existence in the distant past in this universe. I remember all the details. It's been a while. Welcome, person. Oh, let's start off. Hey, Lightheart Gaming. Nice to see ya. 69. Huh. It's just an emulator. No problem, man. Thanks for subbing me. I will enable event skip in case I need it. Subtitles and voice. Always. Automatic. Oh, no, not that. Controller vibration on, because this actually has that. Ooh, it vibrated. In galaxy level. No. No problem. Okay. That was weird. Alright. Here we go. Always turn that on, just in case I need it. It's like skipping a little bit. Or it could just be my eyes.
Here you go.
Sophia.
Oh, hi, Sophia. You startled me.
There we go.
We're swimming down at the beach.
That's right, it always does that at the beginning.
Waiting for you, but you never came.
Aw, how rude, you're supposed to come.
And then head right over.
Oops. Drink my drink. Fate.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't plan on staying so long. But I got kind of sucked in.
Yep. We all know how that goes.
All right. Well, that's what I thought happened. Didn't you say you had tons of homework to do before we came to Haida anyway?
But I was fighting so well today. And I leveled up a lot too, you know?
Yeah. How nice for you.
So how are you doing,
Someone's
Lightheart?
in a bad mood today.
What do you expect? You'd rather play games than hang out at the beach with me.
Oh my.
Sophia? You aren't mad, are you?
I'm not mad.
Do you want to go to the beach?
I swam enough, while somebody I know was having the time of his life playing games all by himself.
So, do you want to take a walk through the hotel?
Welcome, person.
I bet it'll be fun. What do you say? Come on. Please. Pretty please.
Well, if you want to hang out with me that badly, I guess it's all right.
Great. Let's go. Time's a-wasting.
Okay.
Alright. 1 second. Oh. There we go.
Boy, she sure is taking forever. Bet she's making me wait on purpose.
Maybe a little bit, but I doubt it.
Took you long enough. What were you doing all that time?
Just changing. I didn't take that long, did I?
Really? It's okay. Alright. I'm looking up, this game has a system, I'll explain it right now, because it's going to come up, called the Private Action System, where you basically engage in these specific scenes. Yes, it does. Hey, bye-bye!
Besides, you kept me waiting. How long was it? Serves you right.
Right.
You know, his hair's kind of like mine, actually.
Shall we?
Except I don't have bangs that long.
Okay. Just don't yank my arm off.
Alright, I'll also explain the thing in a minute. Explain. Okay. Also, I love this song, so... Oops. Alright, there's nobody in here. Alright. So I will pause. Also, this is the pause menu. This game has what's called... My hair does also look like Clark Kent's. It's true. Anyway. What the hell was the thing? Made me totally forget. Alright, the private action system. Basically, there are a certain number of optional cutscenes that you can get. And by doing them and choosing specific responses, you get other people to like you. For example... I can get 5 extra points through. Alright. It affects how the characters interact with you, and it affects it even affects a little bit how good they are in battle. Alright, this is her room. There's nothing in here. There's actually one in here. If you look in the trash can, you get something, but it's all negative stuff, so I don't bother with it. With that one. That's technically the first one. Nobody in here. I make it a habit to always talk to everyone I can. Oh, hello there. You're those youngsters from next door, aren't you? Can I do something for you? Hey, peddler. Oh, hello there. Same thing. What are you doing barging in like that? Is something wrong, young man? Oh, sorry. I was just... Oh, don't worry. I wasn't chastising you. Enthusiasm and curiosity are essential for young people. No doubt you sometimes feel that you just can't sit still. You don't say. I do. Why, that's how I was when I was young. Bad touch. Get away from the kids. By the way, this is a bit off subject, but are you busy tomorrow? Come on, I'm sure you have some free time. That's not creepy at all. Nah. Right. Well, I don't have anything in particular. Of course you don't, I knew it. In that case, you gotta see the show. It's tomorrow, right here in the hotel. And of course, don't forget to tell your family about it. It'll be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, no doubt. That guy is a little strange. Okay, and then there's her. She's very slow at walking. Bite. Nobody in here. Out of the way. Out. She's in the way. Okay. And we go all the way down the other direction. Which one's left? Nobody in here. I know one of these rooms has somebody else to talk to. There we go. That guy has wings! Featherfolk youth. This planet really is so peaceful. When I'm here, it's hard to believe that the Federation forces are battling the Aldean Empire near the Lambda sector at this very moment. They say the conflict with the Aldean Empire subsided, but I'm not so sure. The hell was that white stuff? Alright. Oh, I forgot I can rotate the camera. All these transporters are linked with the hotel's main floor. The hotel has a game room where you can enjoy VR entertainment. It also has chat chambers and transporters that lead to our private beach. Exposition we know nothing about. You will, because I'm going to read and explain it. It's actually in the codex, which I'm going to take some time to read. Let me check the other transporter. All the transporters are linked to the hotel floor, entertainment, game room, transporter linked to the beach. Yeah. Nobody walks in this future. We just walk over to these things, and rather than take stairs, we just get dematerialized and then rematerialized instead. Oh my god. Welcome to the Grand Tier Resort Hotel. Please enjoy the beautiful natural surroundings, truly unlike anything you'll see in the big city. Let's see. This guy. Well, greetings, fair princess and blue-haired knight who attends her. The door that lies beyond is a gateway to evil that has been sealed by a holy man. Beyond the sealed door lurks an evil beast of chaos that would seek to inflict harm upon the princess. Though it may be my end, my appointed task is to protect these lands against the forces of chaos that would disturb the order of this world. Thence the door shall remain sealed until the glass fills with water and all the moons have waned. O princess of pure heart who shimmers like sunlight on water, O knight of valor who conceals the flames of rage within. You must hear and understand what I say. That was actually a lot of fun. There's a door here. There it is. That's a dude. Bite. Ooh, a Roakian. All the way from Sol System. Sightseeing, I suppose. Well, whatever your business is, easy does it's the way to go. Oh, same thing. Alright. I'm gonna make it a point to talk to everybody in the game. That's how you unlock stuff, actually. Chat chamber. Nothing and nobody in here. That's how you unlock stuff in the codex, by talking to people. And this is the West Transporter Room. There we go. Tetragenio employee. These transports link to the beach. Blah, blah, blah. I wanted to talk to her because that's how you get the species entry on her species. This guy says, on top of the Aldean Empire's forces, now we have to worry about the Vendine. Both seem to be hardly on the move these days. Those Vendini seem to be up to something. I'll bet they're trying to counter the moves being made by the Aldeans. Well, even if the... Oh, he's a pretentious Earthling. Wow. Even if the Aldean attacks the Pan-Galactic Federation, Commodore Whitcomb's unit stationed at remote station number 6 will repulse them just like they always do. And let me see... There was a dude who was walking. Here he is. I heard the rumors, but I didn't think there'd be this many Earthlings here. Huh, me, I'm from Expo. Now I'm starting to feel like I'm in the Sol System. Just a moment ago, this kid who was walking by me greeted me with a, "Hey, Pops." What do you think? Do I really look that old? I thought Expalians were supposed to look younger. than their actual ages when compared with other ages. Expel is the planet from the first or second game. I'm not specifically sure. Okay. Now let's go to the dictionary. The Sol system. We all know what that is. The planetary system centered on the primary Sol that comprises a countless number of planets, moons, asteroids, comets, and other astronomical bodies. The system, which can be thought of as the center of the Pangalactic Federation, includes many huge cities located on planets such as Earth and Mars, as well as moons such as Luna, Phobos, Deimos, Io, and Titan. The Commodore Whitcomb guy is the commander-in-chief of the Federation forces near Vendini Space. As a heroic veteran of countless victories against the Alien Empire, Commodore Whitcomb is well respected by officers and soldiers alike, and has a reputation for possessing the best analytical skills and judgment in the Federation as a whole. His flagship is the battleship Aquaeli. The battleship Aquaeli, his beloved flagship from which he has successfully engaged in battle for more than 10 years since he was assigned to command of Remote Station 6. Although the Aquaeli is an old model, it has been retrofitted a number of times and performs as well as any newer ship. With the ingenious Whitcomb at the helm, the Aquaeli has become known as one of the Federation's most powerful battleships. Just by reading stuff, we get information about other stuff. Welcome, new person. A facility of the Pangalactic Federation, built to serve as a base for military defense of the mining of resources. This is about space stations. As of the current year of 772 SD, the Pangalactic Federation possesses a total of 43 space stations and 9 remote stations. Remote stations are those that have been set up as a staging basis for reconnaissance into unexplored regions of space. Hey you, how's it going? Not all remote stations are located in frontier regions. So, battleships. See battle class ship. The latest model of battle spaceship used as the backbone of the Pangalactic Federation military. Since battleships are built out of carbonic neotide, which has extremely high light-up beam absorption characteristics, it's a vaguely sciencey made-up metal, probably. It could be a real thing, I don't know. Which, they boast stealth characteristics that are dramatically superior to those of other ship classes. Battleships are approximately 300 meters long and sport a variety of armaments, such as creation cannons, phase cannons, and quantum torpedoes, and are extremely versatile. Also, battleships are designed with the capability to simultaneously fire out of multiple gun ports for overwhelming firepower that goes beyond what would ordinarily believe possible. Battleships are also fully equipped from a defense standpoint and are able to block 2.94 times 10 to the negative 8% units of energy by using a sympathetic vibration effect between two onboard space-time displacement shields. These high-quality shields are manufactured by Austin Manufacturing, which has the best reputation of any manufacturer in the Pangalactic Federation. I'm just confused by that number. I'm trying to figure it out. I guess it can block the energy to a super minute detail, so that you don't get shot, I guess. Oh, shields. CEMS shield or space-time displacement shield. Alright, the electromagnetic shield. This is the old one from the PS3 game in Star Ocean, First Departure, I think that's what the remake was called, yeah. A shield system that utilizes powerful radiation to form layers of gravitons in any desired location. This system uses this phenomenon whereby energy that is continuously fed into a certain closed space causes matter and gravitons to be formed in order to create an anti-gravity field as well as a physical force field. Okay. So they pump energy into the chamber, and that creates layers of gravitons. And the gravitons, I guess, block... This type of shield is used in a battle situation. The frequency of the radiation used to generate the shield is randomly changed with each deployment. This prevents the enemy from matching frequencies and disabling it. You're right, it does sound like the photon light shields. It takes a tremendous amount of energy to deploy this kind of shield, so energy for this purpose must be stored somewhere in advance. Of course, there are limits to the most space available, so it's not wise to deploy a shield that is more powerful and which requires more space than necessary. In combat, the timing at which the shield must be activated is unpredictable, so a number of thin energy fields are deployed outside the shield proper, and the shield is only activated when they're breached. That's a good design idea. The graviton. This particle is actually a real theoretical particle, by the way. Was theoretically derived from the need to explain the warping effect of an object's mass on space-time, i.e. gravity, and it is perceived as the latent energy that has no effect outside of the particle itself. The existence of this particle was postulated in order to explain the actual phenomenon whereby the mass of an object warps space-time, before the nature of effect of alterable space, or alt-space, were understood. After physicists came to understand alt-space, it became apparent that rather than mass creating the force of gravity, the existence of matter actually warps space-time in such a way that the apparent force of gravity results. And this effectively disproves the existence of gravity itself. However, the graviton is still used as one of the tools, conceptual tools, to help explain the extremely confusing effects of alt-space. Alterable space! When matter exists in three-dimensional space, space warps in direct proportion to the amount of energy in that matter. Okay, I got that. And that matter begins moving in a direction described by a curved line or geodesic line. Okay, so now we got some calculus involved there. This phenomenon appears to observers as gravity, and acts as if a force were being exerted in the surrounding area. Alterable space, or alt-space, is a term referring to this type of three-dimensional universe. People tend to think that mass and matter warp space and creates gravity, but in reality, it's actually the energy in matter that warps space, thereby giving the appearance of what we refer to as mass. Energy in matter that warps space. I actually get that. The theory of alt-space was a historical scientific breakthrough and led to a major revolution that resulted in the recent gravity-based technology such as gravitic warp, all of which depend on total control over alt-space. I'm gonna keep going through all this stuff, unless you guys want me not to. Gravitic warp. A new warp theory developed by Dr. Krupp, the same guy who invented coffee, which enabled travel at speeds that greatly exceed those previously I'm laughing because I think I invented Krupp's coffee. Sorry. That greatly exceed those previously possible via subspace warp. The system works by controlling the gravitational dimension that ordinarily propagates through alt-space. You have no idea what's happening? I'm reading the damn codex. And compressing it in such a way as to effectively enable extremely high-speed travel through three-dimensional space. Alright. Okay, so it takes the energy and warps space around directly in front of a ship and uses it to compress space so that you go really fast. Alright. It is a warp drive, but instead of going into a different dimension, you actually compress the space around you. That's pretty ridiculous. Almost all large vessels nowadays use gravitic warp. Subspace warp was the one developed by Professor Trillis Backtine. Like the Cochrane guy. He's basically the Cochrane guy from Star Trek who invented the first warp drive on Earth. In the year 2087 AD, it was used by Earth as its first faster-than-light method of travel between the stars. It features heavily in the PS3 game. While the ship actually travels slower than light speed, by wrapping the ship in multiple layers of subspace, it is possible to send the ship to locations faster than light can travel in ordinary space. This warp technology was in widespread use before the development of gravitic warp, but nowadays it is only used by small vessels with less powerful engines. There he is. Trillis Backtine, the man who first succeeded in creating a subspace warp near Earth. Practical application of this technology enabled humanity to take its first steps into space, out of the solar system. The universe has never been the same since. Dramatic music. Alright, the space-time displacement shield, which is a completely new type of force field that began to be researched when creation energy was first discovered. Which is in Star Ocean's second story. That's the first thing that had creation energy in it. Unlike previous energy fields comprised of electromagnetic radiation, this field blocks energy in the fourth dimension by actually interfering with space-time itself, preventing it from conveying the energy. So it goes into the energy and blocks it in the fourth dimension. The fuck? In other words, whereas previous shields can only block the target energy type, space-time displacement shields actually reflect the energy into another dimension. This is why the new type of shield can block magnitudes more energy than the EM shields. A force field is just this term for an artificially created energy field. As of the current year 772, force fields are used for a diverse range of applications, from shields on spaceships to simulation games for children. Yeah, that's right. That's how the VR systems work. They're essentially holograms, like the Doctor in Voyager. Research on this completely new type of energy, creation energy, began after discovery in the second half of the 4th century SD, that's the second story, and practical applications based on the system first appeared in the first half of the 8th century. This system, which was discovered in an ancient ruin on Milokenia, describes a system wherein part of the energy that exists in imaginary number space is drawn into three-dimensional space. Theoretically, this type of energy system can produce an essentially infinite amount of energy. Yep. I've never played that game, but I did a lot of reading before I did this Let's Play. So, yep, that's Milokenia is from the second story. Of course, since no type of material or EM shield can withstand the tremendous amounts of energy created by the system, the use of creation energy is strictly limited to special areas of space surrounded by space-time displacement shields. Oh, okay. So it has to be contained in the space-time displacement shield, otherwise the energy would rip anything apart. The Quantum Torpedo. It's an anti-ship weapon that slips quietly through subspace, then uses gravitic warp drive to strike its target at FTL speeds. This torpedo emits creation energy at the instant it reaches its turret coordinates, thereby offering more stealth and destructive power than the older antimatter torpedo, which is the highest tech thing from the PS3 game, and second story and first departure. The antimatter torpedo was a gigantic railgun that shoots a torpedo filled with matter and antimatter deuterium through subspace. The torpedo returns to ordinary space a set period of time after launch and creates an explosive force directed against its target when the antimatter and matter come together. The phase cannon is a large-scale phase gun used on ships. Think of them as phasers from Star Trek. We'll be seeing them too, by the way, because there's some cool cutscenes where they have space battles. These cannons used to be the mainstay of ship-to-ship weaponry on Federation ships, but after the more powerful antimatter and creation cannons were developed, they fell out of favor. However, as phase cannons require less energy than antimatter and creation cannons, and can fire very rapidly, they are still used as secondary weapons on many ships. The first Calnus, the second one from the first departure, and I believe the third one mounted this type of weapon. The phase gun is a personal weapon, aka phasers. They fire powerful beams of energy that destroy molecular cohesion of the target's matter through phase magnification. Yeah, phasers. It is possible to control the power output of the beam by adjusting its focus setting. A stun mode is available for knocking human-sized animals unconscious, as well as vaporation mode that will completely vaporize an object the size of an automobile. Yeah, they're basically phasers. The creation cannon. Since these guns use creation energy as energy source, they are far more destructive than antimatter cannons. However, creation cannons are far more difficult to control. In 732, the displacement shield inside the battleship Tilgrim's primary cannon malfunctioned, resulting in an explosion that annihilated an entire planet from this universe. Damn! For this reason, Federation law stipulates extremely severe restrictions regarding the use of cannons. Of those cannons. Remote Station 6 is a Federation base located on the borderline between Gamma and Lambda sectors that is home to 8 battle-class ships, the most powerful and honored of which the Aquilei, 35 combat explorers and research explorers, and 25 transports. More ships are stationed here than in typical Federation space stations. In order to counter the hostile alien empire, the current commander is Wickham. We've heard about him already. Much like in Star Trek, by the way, they don't have a ridiculously huge number of fleet of ships. One ship is a ridiculous huge investment. Transport ships primarily transport goods and personnel, as you would expect. While they are equipped with a reasonable space-time displacement shield, they only possess a token level of firepower. Of course, this is only natural as they're not built for engaging ship battles in the first place. In other words, the guns are only there to theoretically give them a way to resist pirates and the like. Let me take a break to drink some water. Welcome, new person. Okay. Oof. The Research Explorer is a large ship of approximately 1 kilometer in length, built to explore unknown yet relatively safe regions of space. That would be like the original Enterprise. I think that's what those are. Research explorers often travel long distances over several months to several years. Yep. And are designed with the ability to operate independently. Yep. Yeah, that makes them basically the Enterprise from Star Trek. Combat explorers is the Enterprise from Next Gen, I think. These ships they're 1 kilometer in length and built to explore uncharted regions of space outside the Pan-Galactic Federation's sphere of influence. These ships often embark on extended voyages of several months to several years and are designed to operate independently and handle any task alone, including combat. The sector of the Milky Way is the Gamma Sector that is home to the Vendini, the most scientifically advanced civilization in the galaxy. It is also home to a large number of neutral powers that use Vendini as a shield. Planets in this sector are able to maintain their independence because the area is far away from the Pan-Galactic Federation's center of government. No active anti-Federation power uses the area as a base, and most of all, it is near the border of the Aldean Empire. The Vendini are a sentient race that live on the planet Vendine, of course. First contact occurred in the year 17 SD. The Vendini are descended from a shark-like cartilaginous fish, and their skin is very pale from the back down to the waist. Although the Vendini are one of the few races with technology rivaling that of the Federation and the Empire, they rarely interact with outsiders, and much of their technology is still shrouded in mystery. Vendine itself, although the Vendini possess little power, the sophistication of their science exceeds that of the Federation and the Empire. This has allowed the Vendine to maintain its neutrality despite the ill-balanced power in the region. The Vendine are not hostile to the Pan-Galactic Federation, but on the other hand, they're not friendly either. Transporters. A system developed that can disintegrate an object in one place and then send an exact replica to any other place and reintegrate it at the quantum level. Yeah, I don't know why. I guess there's too much reading. Hold on. In the past, it was believed that Heisenberg's uncertainty principle would prevent any transportation system of this nature from working, but the development of this technology has allowed a sort of pseudo-transportation system to be implemented. One of the core principles of quantum mechanics, I actually knew about this before this, that states that the momentum and coordinate of any subatomic particle cannot be both known at the same time. In other words, you can't know the momentum of the particle and where it is at the same time. In other words, if you measure the location, the act of measurement itself will actually change the momentum of that particle. Conversely, if you measure the momentum, then there is no way to know the location at the same time. This does not mean you cannot know the coordinate or momentum before you measure it, but rather that particles are made up of a combination of a wide variety of possibilities and really have no specific location or momentum. There's no way to know the results until you actually take a measurement. This physics theory is so powerful that it even has philosophical ramifications, yeah. And is no less important nowadays in the SD era than it was before space travel. The Aldean Empire is a gigantic military empire that controls 7 sectors, centered on Nu, Xi, Omicron, and Psi. Z and Psi. Z, Omicron, and Psi. It is the only force equal in power to the Federation. The Aldean Empire attempts to colonize surrounding star systems by force, and is therefore incompatible with the multiple state philosophy of the Federation. In other words, they're the Klingons. This is why the two forces have been in a state of constant warfare since first contact, over 60 years ago. Yep, Klingons. The state of the Empire's homeworld and the total number of Aldeans are unknown. They are the primary rival. Not only have the Federation and the Empire been in constant state of war, Aldean battleships self-destruct without fail after losing a battle. Absolutely no information is available about their civilization. Okay. There are 25 partitions of the Milky Way galaxy, defined so the central galactic location of a star or other object can be understood. Since the Milky Way is shaped like a whirlpool, there are only 6 sectors in the periphery. Each sector is shaped like a perfect hexagon when viewed from the bottom, and extends up into a hexagon-shaped pillar. These interlocking sectors nearly partition the entire galaxy. The center of the Milky Way is the zero sector. The central point... Hey, peddler. What was I doing? The center point of the zero sector lies along a straight line that connects to the point at the center of the universe, or the point from which all galaxies are expanding. Other sectors are drawn in a whirlpool fashion radiating out from this line, so as alpha, beta, so on. The center of the galaxy is much thicker than the surrounding areas, so the 7 sectors from 0 to zeta are also divided vertically. In this case, the sectors above have a plus or minus affixed to the end of each sector name, in order to differentiate them from the central ones. If these sectors are also included, the entire Milky Way is divided into 39 of them. Zeta is a neutral sector. Klaus and Razorb are located in this sector. The alpha sector is used as standard of reference for delineating the rest of them. It lies along a straight line that passes from the origin points in the galactic universal spatial coordinate system. Lambda is the closest sector to the Peng-Aldean Empire. 17 was located here until it was destroyed in an attack by the Empire 7 years ago. Federation 717 used to orbit Rava 30. As the closest military base, it suffered endless and devastating attacks by Aldean forces. 7 years ago, in 765 SD, was brutally attacked by an Aldean Empire fleet. Damage sustained in the attack caused the creation engine inside the base to malfunction, completely annihilating it. A device that can create creation energy. Alright. And there's actually more stuff I'm gonna point out. There's a lot more stuff to go. But I'm just gonna read about the people we've heard about. Fate is an ordinary human student born on Earth who is studying in the Symbological Sciences Department of Baktine Science University. Fate enjoys physical activity more than studying and was given an award for his performance at the Universal Basketball Competition. Both of his parents worked there and were almost never home from the time he was an infant, but this did not leave any particular emotional scars and he grew up normally. Undoubtedly, his childhood friend Sophia had a soothing effect on his personality. Aww. Fate also seems aware of this fact. Sophia Estede. A human girl born on Earth who is enrolled in the Space-Time Department of Bacton High School. So she's a high school student and he's a college student. Unlike most young girls of the present age, she excels in various household tasks such as cleaning and sewing. There's a simple reason for this. Her parents are both busy with work, and she had to take care of the chores around the house by herself from an early age. Incidentally, her father, Dr. Clive Estede, works at the same research lab as Fate's, and her house is close to Fate's house, so the two families have a close relationship for a long time. Sophia's father is Clive, the leader in space-time theory. Dr. Estede specializes in research into the 4D wall that one encounters when using symbology to transport through space, as well as research into the space-time disturbances that occur when you attempt to pass through this 4D wall. Now I'm going to look at that, which is under miscellaneous. I think it's here anyway. Let me see. Atmospheric composition, the battle simulator, energy magnitude. Oh, actually, this might explain another thing. That's a unit created to express huge amounts of energy on the universal scale, with magnitude 1 being defined as the average total of energy emitted by a star in 1 microsecond. In this notation, the amount of energy expressed goes up by a factor of 1,000 with each magnitude. So the energy indicated by magnitude 9 is 1 septillion times the amount of energy indicated by magnitude 1. That's going to come up later, I know it is. Symbological genetics. See xenomorphy, okay. Symbol. This is the magic in this universe. A specially safe pattern that is necessary for using symbology. Other than certain races that have symbols inscribed upon the DNA inside their bodies, those who use the talent known as symbology must use complicated invocations and markings as well as specific symbols written somewhere nearby for each technique. This is why many symbologists actually inscribe the symbols somewhere upon their own bodies. A symbologist is one who can use symbology. Symbology is a technology discovered in 346 SD on the planet Roak. That's from the first game, whereby certain first departure, whereby certain phenomena can be induced through the combination of the 3 aspects of invocation, marking, and mental power near an inscription of the special type of design called a symbol. This technology used to be called heraldry. Holy crap! So they didn't just make it up! In the new game, they call the symbols heraldry. I assume they just made it up. Because it was like, oh, heraldry, that sounded dumb. but it's a real thing. Right here. So I'm doing that game then, after X2. Wow, I had no idea. That must be before the PS3 game then. Somehow. Anyway, a system of dates established in 2087 on Earth. Oh, the SD dating system. The third planet of the Sol system and the standard date system in the Federation. This year commemorates the year Trillis Bactine did his first warp, just like in Star Trek. On March 7th, 4 years after Earthlings first traveled through interstellar space, the Terran government at the time established a system of dates. Planet class. This is actually the real-life planet classification system. Planets with a solid crust but no atmosphere are S-class, so that's like, Mercury... No, not Mercury. Like Pluto. Pluto's S-class. With a solid crust and an atmosphere are M, such as ours and Venus and Mars, although Mars doesn't really have that much of one, but... Gas planets are L-class, so Jupiter. There are variations in size on how far a planet is from its star, but in general, S-class are smallest, M, and then L are biggest. Earth is an M-class planet, yeah. Energy magnitude, done. Genomorphy. A prohibited field of science in which a target organism is freely created through research and direct manipulation of genetic information in living organisms. This would be gene therapy and cloning. That's what our real-world terms would be for this. This field, which intrudes upon the domain of the gods, has been declared heresy by certain types of religious people and philosophers, and researchers have even been persecuted in the past. Still, this is the one field that humanity cannot avoid on the path to the summit of evolution. Or so some scientists believe. Fate's father, Dr. Liongard, is a famous genomorphist. Obviously, those are scientists that specialize in genomorphy, who is well known throughout the galaxy and who specializes in the study of genomorphy from the standpoint of symbological science. Research in the field of genomorphy, the division between persons of religion who guide the hearts of their flock with the name of the gods, and persons of science who attempt to research absolute truth, was born of human language and continues even now that we have taken out to living in outer space. That's funny. Yes, DNA is a double-strand base proteins located in the nucleus of a cell, arranged in a spiral shape. Deoxyribonucleic acid. I actually learned some of the specific stuff of this in my organic chemistry class. Yep. Let's see if I can do it. Guanine, cytosine, adenine, and thymine. Wow, I can't believe I remember that many of them. Genetic information that describes the organism is encoded in combinations of these 4 bases. Some religions hold that DNA is a program encoded into us by the gods. Oh, we're almost done with miscellaneous. The communicator is a standard communication device and used to the Federation. It is capable of grammatic communication over a distance of 1 AU. Wow. That means you could talk to anybody from... If you have one of those communicators on our planet, you could talk to anybody out to, like, from Mars to Mercury, as well as the translation of languages through pattern analysis. In other words, it's also the universal translator. Communicators can also be used to send distress signals over 1 light year. That's pretty ridiculous for something that fits on the palm of your hand. AU, a distance unit defined on Earth during the pre-SD era. Earth to its star Sol, 149.6 million kilometers. Since many of the life forms encountered in the galaxy have lived on their planets approximately the same distance, people still use AUs even in the SD era. Atmospheric composition describes what kind of molecules are present in a planet's atmosphere. Planets with the atmospheric composition that supports humanoid life, hey Square Peak, in particular those with an oxygen density that is neither too high nor too low, are referred to as E-class planets, where E standing for Earth. The battle simulator, which we'll be seeing soon once I actually finish reading this stuff, is a battle simulation system with the latest holographic technology, allowing the user to enjoy a wide variety of different fights with simulated opponents in virtual space. The system provides deep sensory feedback not only of the traditional visual and auditory type, but also olfactory and tactile as well, resulting in fighting experience that is essentially indistinguishable from the real thing. What's left? Gravitic communication. extremely long-distance, high-speed communication system. The system simultaneously uses alt-space warping effect to create signals and a gravitic warp to enable communication at speed where they were unthinkable before. A device for gravitic communication. That's everything in miscellaneous. Then we have races. Earthlings. They're human from the third planet of Soldat. Edipians are an unusual marine race that lives on an underdeveloped planet Edifice. Oh, that's from another game, too. They live in a number of cities built on the ocean bed and are strongly suspicious of those races that live on dry land. They are not enthusiastic about contact with outsiders. So little is known about them. Expellians. They are a hybrid species resulting from the combination of humans living on Expel with native feline folk. Their race differs from most other sentient races in its development as a result of hybridization process, involving a number of different sentient life forms over a long period of time. Through their origins, members of this race have an extremely wide variety of distinguishing characteristics. Only some of them have tails, and there are many different types of ear shapes, eye, and coloration patterns. Incidentally, the children of two Expellians with the same recessive gene in the 12th chromosome are known to revert to ancestral feline folk. So on Expel, a DNA analysis is legally required before marriage. Ooh. Another noteworthy characteristic, individuals are born with a powerful natural symbological ability. These type of Expellians possess an advanced symbological structure inside their very DNA, and this enables them to use symbology without describing symbols on their bodies. These special Expellians also have a special distinguishing characteristic, long ears. Like elves, okay. The feather folk are people who have wings on their backs. The process of evolution has split the humerus bone of the feather folk in two, allowing the remarkable race to possess wings and arms. They're extremely light and can even actually use the wings on their back to fly for a short period of time. Feline folk are a race descended from feline animals, particularly cats and lions. They have tails that extend from their posteriors and are extremely curious, i.e. they're cat girls. They have exceptionally strong senses of smell and hearing, as well as powerful night vision. Highlanders! There can only be one! They are feline folk descended from tigers, known from extremely belligerence and a love of solitude. Humans are literally labeled as any bipedal organism that have evolved from monkeys and other anthropoid primates. Earthlings are an example of that. Lizonians boasted are a race of humanoids on Lizonia. Oh, duh. They boasted a gigantic sphere of influence in the middle of the 4th century and waged a number of major space wars with the Federation, which was then known as the Terran Alliance. Of all the known races surviving today, the Lizonians are one of the first who have succeeded in developing FTL travel. I'm not sure what they're from. The Lycanthrope is an extremely rare race of individuals in which ordinary human cells and beast folk cells that have been transformed by a special virus coexist in the same body. The human and beast folk cells in a lycanthrope's body will expand or contract when the heart rate exceeds a certain threshold. As a result, the lycanthrope's external appearance will undergo a transformation. Although there are some exceptions, the lycanthrope's body will become more solid and powerful when beast folk cells are in the expanded state. There are many different lycanthrope bloodlines, including those related to wolves, bears, tigers, dogs, rats, boars, and other animals. It should be noted that the legends about lycanthropes transforming after viewing the full moon or about their invulnerability to all weapons save those made of silver are nothing more than superstitions in this universe. The legend of the full moon probably stems from an incident where a lycanthrope saw the moon and became excited for whatever reason, triggering the expansion of the lycanthrope beast folk cells and the accompanying physical transformation. Tetragenio. There's one of those here in this resort. They live on a planet, a group of 4 artificial satellites that orbit the planet Tetragenesis in the Eta sector. They have a strict social structure, and the society is run by 4 noble houses, one of them in each satellite. Decisions for all of them are made at councils that are convened from court nobles of all 4 houses. The most distinguishing characteristic of the Tetragenios is without a doubt the third eye in the middle of their forehead. They make some of the best governors around, since they're able to see things with a total of 3 eyes. Their spatial perception is superior to most other races. And the last race is the feline folk. These feline folk who retain most of the external features of the animals from which they descended. So they're more feline than humanoid. Robert Lingard Human-born, Fate, Father of Fate, Line God. Dr. Line God is the Federation's authority on symbology, of an excellent geomorphist, and has published many groundbreaking papers since he was a student. Although he is young, he is already thought to possess the most brilliant mind of the century. And his wife, Ryoko, is his beloved wife. Alright. She's bored on Luna. Robert was not the only member of the Line God household who was an active researcher. Ryoko also published many papers as a student, and showed great promise as a geomorphist. However, after marrying Dr. Line God, she disappeared from academia and devoted herself to supporting her husband's research. It is said that the majority of Dr. Line God's research would not have been completed as quickly without her. Many members of academia regret the loss of this beautiful muse. They're just jealous, I guess. All that's left now is politics. Earth. I like this entry. The third planet of the Sol system. Do you need to know any more than that? Edifice. The presence of two races has been confirmed on this underdeveloped planet. One is a marine race known as the Edifians, while the other is a race of humans that is similar to the Earthling race. Since Edifice is an underdeveloped planet, there have not been any detailed investigations, but the existence of an advanced ancient civilization has been conjectured due to the so-called gift they left behind as a legacy. The Eta sector contributes Tetragenesis and Remote Stations 3 and 4. Expel, from the second game, our coolest system of Sector Theta that has an atmospheric composition and surface gravity identical to those of Earth, approximately. This naturally beautiful world is currently enjoying a period of stability, but at one point in its past, the high density of energy stones distributed throughout its atmosphere polluted the entire planet. Energy stones. Those are from the PS3 game as well. This mysterious pollution, which began in 366 SD, continued for several years and affected the psyches of many of the planet's wild animals, causing them to ferociously attack the native Expellians. However, Dr. Neumann, in 371, succeeded in developing his new Neumann Purifier, a device that was able to remove this pollution. This cleaner worked wonderfully, removing most of the pollution by the very next year, and thereby eliminating all of the negative influence of energy stones. Recognizing the value of this technology, Expel was invited to join the Federation at the end of that same year. Because Expel is one of the few planets that generate energy stones, a necessity in the creation of quadratic keys, this planet is a highly influential voice within the Federation. The current Prime Minister is Miss Eleanor T. Cross, age 36. I don't know why they have that in there. The fourth planet, Haida 4, that's where we are. Haida 4 has an atmospheric composition that closely resembles that of Earth, although a higher level of Argon. Axial tilt of 34 degrees, orbits 1.4 AUs from its sun, and has a surface gravity of 0.9. Since the entire planet is blessed with natural beauty and a lack of dangerous organisms, it is extremely popular as a health resort. The equatorial regions, where temperatures are mild and humidity is low, provide excellent climate for mammalian races, especially humans. The planet constantly plays host to over 100,000 tourists. Although it has no native sentient life forms, immigrants from other planets and resort employees have settled here, bringing the total estimated population to 120,000. For a whole planet? That's not much. Yoruba is the 14th recreational zone. It's huge, pristine beaches, that's where we are. And Tropical Forest Park helped to make it the most popular of Haida 4's 24 recreational zones. Aruba is popular with a wide variety range of visitors from all generations, including families, couples, and a large number of celebrities. The Kappa sector is where Haida is. It also has Remote Station 7. It's 40% of it is under control of the Federation. Lasonia is a planet in the Gamma sector. Gravitational anomalies abound in the regions surrounding it. It used to boast a huge sphere of influence thanks to the warp tunnels that use these anomalies for FTL travel. Unfortunately, this method of travel is one way only, and only leads to specific places, so when warp technology was developed, the power of this planet dwindled rapidly. As of the present date, only a few useful two-way routes have been discovered. The moon of the third planet, Luna, yes. This day and age, when people speak of Luna, they are actually referring to Moonbase, which is built in orbit around Luna. Federation Station 5, see Moonbase. Mylokini is the uninhabited planet in the Theta sector. The former inhabitants of this planet had a well-developed civilization in the ruins of a gigantic dome-shaped structure which can be found on this planet. This dome is famous as the place where the amazing out-of-place artifact known as creation energy was discovered. This event dramatically changed the course of Federation history. When the ruins remaining on this planet were examined and analyzed, it was discovered that the collapse of a ruin triggers the release of a tremendous amount of energy equivalent to magnitude 2. Therefore, it is generally believed that the civilization was destroyed by creation energy running amok as it was being researched. Moon Base. The widely used nickname for Federation Station 5. Okay, that's it. Established by the third planet in 12 SD, the Federation was the first multi-planetary alliance-based government, originally known as the Alliance. When it was founded. As it grew, its name was changed. Currently, several hundred races of sentient life forms belong to this government. The Federation... Remote Station 7 orbits Haida 3, so we're also in the same sector as that. Okay, same system. This base includes 3 battle classes, with the Argyll acting as the mothership, 10 combat explorers, and 12 research explorers. This base's fleet is smaller than that of other Federation stations because there are no powers in the region that are hostile. General Birmingham is the current commander. Roak from the first game. A planet in the Theta sector, the blood of the feline folk who live on this planet can be processed and used to manufacture a material that is able to absorb nearly 100% of all light wavelengths, between 240 and 2780 nanometers. This caused Roak to get pulled into a war between the Terran Alliance and Lasonia. Estimates from the number of feline folk that were abducted from Roak and taken to Lasonia during this period vary several hundred to several million. In 446, Roak signed an alliance with the Earth. In 450, Roak joined the Federation. Or so we are told. Because if you play the game, you know it wasn't that simple. The first planetary or alliance government established by the third planet of the Sol system. This Confederation, the government currently goes by the Federation, but its activities and principles have changed little. At some time, it was also known as the Earth Federation, which is from the first game, the PS3 game. Character Genesis used to be a thriving home of many sentient life forms, but a series of solar flares have recently turned into a dead world on which nothing can live. Oh, that sucks. Theta sector. Let's see. The Milky Way. So that's the one that we're in. Theta sector is the center of the Pan-Galactic Federation, physically, politically, and historically. Many important stations are here, 1 and 2. Alright. That's all that. We did get a few extra things which I'll look at. Symbological force is a force generated when symbology is used. The strength of the symbological force will depend to a large extent on the level of the invocation, and the strength of the symbologist's psyche, and more important than anything, their experience and natural ability. Basically, the more you level up your symbols, the more powerful they get. Underdeveloped planets. This is another way in which the world of Star Ocean, resembles Star Trek. A planet with a level of technology low enough to entitle it to protection under the UP3, the Underdeveloped Planet Preservation Pact. The UP3 defines 3 planetary classifications: underdeveloped planet, monitored, and developed. A monitored planet is one where contact is only allowed with a number of representatives of that civilization, and underdeveloped is where no contact with that planet's civilization is allowed whatsoever. Basically, it's the Prime Directive. Emergency situations where lives are at stake are an exception, however, and secondary contact where the natives are not made aware of the fact that someone from a developed planet is present is allowed. Energy stones are extremely rare ore that is primarily mined on planets such as Expel, which is used as the raw material creating quadratic keys, catalyst transferring to activate a quadrium sphere. Materia used by collecting symbological essences and combining them with a quadratic key in a device that can generate energy in excess of that created in antimatter reactions. Creation energy reaction generates a higher amount of energy but requires a certain amount of energy to kickstart. Antimatter reactors are widely used as the energy source for this purpose. The UP3 is a treaty aimed at protecting planets with civilizations that are not fully developed. Federation laws strictly prohibit contact with such civilizations. The reason for this is because contact with higher civilizations often greatly influences the path of history of undeveloped worlds. All citizens and groups belonging to the Federation are required to adhere to this treaty unless there is a clear and present danger to a person's life. It is the most important set of rules in the Federation and delineates how citizens must act. Of course, in certain quarters, this treaty is thought to exist in name only. An OPA is an out-of-place artifact, which is an object that is far too technologically advanced for the age and place in which it was discovered. OPAs usually turn out to be merely exaggerations based on faulty analysis or underrated evaluations of ancient cultures, stemming from the arrogance of their discoverers, but in some cases, such as the creation energy that was discovered on Mulokenia, or the time gate on planet Styx, which is from the first game and this game and is highly important. the OPA's presence cannot be so easily explained away. The Time Gate is a relic that can be used to travel through time. Not kidding, that's what it does. Said to be located on the planet Styx. The Time Gate has an artificial intelligence inside it that acts as a sort of judge. Only those approved by that judge may use the portal to travel through time. The current science of the Federation cannot tell us who created this device, when it was created, or what its purpose might be. Science that allows the relic to enable time travel and the method used to resolve time paradoxes are also completely unknown. A time paradox is a problem that can occur as a result of travel in time, either to the past or the future. The most time paradox famous one is the grandfather paradox, which asks, what would happen if you went back in time and killed your grandfather? Would you still exist? In 114 SD, Professor J.D. Warmer published his paper on the space-time discontinuity effect, in which he postulated that even without a major paradox, such as the one described above, where a single speck of dust or even a single electron were to travel in time, would have a major effect on the present. I'm gonna take another drink of water, my throat is killing me. Assume that person A has traveled 3 seconds back in time. For 3 seconds, the person A before the time travel, A1, and the person A coming back from time travel, A2, will exist simultaneously, overlapping in time. If, after 3 seconds pass, A1 travels back into the past, then no problems will occur. What if A2 should prevent this from happening somehow? What would happen? In other words, what happens if you travel through time? The person who comes back goes and prevents you from traveling in time in the first place. AKA the Back to the Future effect. According to Warmer, who published this theory, the simultaneous existence of identical matter in the same space-time puts a tremendous strain on that space. So if a situation occurs whereby a person travels to the past and prevents his own movement through time, then as a result, person A will infinitely duplicate it, and three-dimensional space will contract into the singularity involved caused by the infinite mass created. In other words, it destroys the universe if you stop yourself from traveling in time. In the same paper, he also predicts that if this type of phenomenon were to occur, then the amount of mass in three-dimensional space would shrink to zero, and dimensions themselves would revert to nothingness. So don't stop yourself from traveling in time. If you do it, and then go back and change it again later, some different way. Don't stop yourself from making the attempt, or you'll destroy the universe. We like that thing. Don't destroy it. It's kind of like how time travel works in the Legends of Tomorrow show. So Styx, it's a mysterious planet that has been declared a prohibited zone, together with the region of space surrounding it for 5 light-years in all directions. While the space surrounding this planet is outside the borders of the Federation, it is said that countless battle-class ships are stationed in the area. Despite the lack of information, rumors persist among the general population abound, including whispers that the planet is an entrance to Daemonium, or that an ancient, extremely powerful civilization sleeps there in spaces, but they're mere guesses. The Daemonium is from what First Departure and Second Story. There's a well-known parallel universe that is home of demons and other entities that are fundamentally different from the inhabitants of this universe. Unlike this universe, where souls reside in matter, in the Daemonium, spirits are able to act by taking physical form. In other words, we have in this universe, we have physical bodies that souls reside in. They are souls that can create bodies. The quadratic key is a special material created by purifying energy stone to an extremely high degree and molding it into a specific structure. This material amplifies a certain type of energy, and by combining a quadratic key with the sphere, it is possible to derive even more energy, aka creation energy. This material also has a symbological effect on the physical structure and psyche of living organisms, so it must be handled with extreme care, otherwise it can do weird radiation stuff to you, I guess. Anyway, the Neumann purifier repairs physical and mental distortion that interaction with special particles generated by highly purified energy stones causes in organisms. This purifier makes use of a special phenomenon called Kurtz absorption, which removes the symbological particles that are the cause of the pollution, thereby cleansing the target creature. Okay. Anything else? I hope there's nothing else. My voice is killing me. No. No new races. No new nothing yet. We will get new stuff later and I will read it, but we finally covered all of that. I don't want to have to read it again. Oh, my nuts. just bashed him accidentally. Oh, my throat. God. Well, I hope you all learned something about science. Now let me figure out where the damn private actions thing is in the guidebook so I don't miss any of them. Then I can. There we go. Alright. The next one is... Okay, I know how to do that one. Alright. So now we can actually go to the Optimus throwing transport if you want. Oh, also, there is one other thing. I can actually rotate the camera too, which I'll get in the habit of doing. The food replicator here has some stuff. Oh.
I think I'll get something to drink.
What? Didn't you just get a drink? If you keep buying sodas like that, your mom's gonna be mad.
Hey, I'm thirsty. And my mom won't find out unless you tell her.
Wow.
And why wouldn't I tell her?
I'll go shopping with you. Deal?
Deal. It'll be our little secret then.
Replicators. I got a shake. There's this little kid. Oh, geez, that character's too strong. There's gotta be a bug, right? What do you think? I mean, Michael is way too strong. They gotta get rid of him immediately. Maybe I should change characters. I think I'll try Lucy. But then again, her summoning attack is really weak. Lucy's not weak. Not at the moment in the manga, anyway. The games in our health are all realistic full body simulation. I myself heard the old type where you use a joystick. Huh, okay. The games are not... Oh, okay, same thing. I thought you'd say something different. That's pretty funny. Lucy's summoning attack is not weak. Honestly, that son of mine, I just wish he'd study a little more instead of playing games all the time. Except for PE, his grades are terrible because of it. So what's so interesting about games anyway, honestly? Grumble, grumble. Alright. Well, this should be... Oh, I wasn't supposed to do this yet. Shit. Oh well. Hopefully I can still do the other ones.
What? Who are you? This is the Rossetti's dressing room.
Hold on. I hope I don't have to reload the game again. I really don't want to have to do that. Oh, main event 1. Okay, I'm good. This is actually a private action.
Oh, I know. You want my autograph, don't you? Oh, well, gotta keep the fans happy. Usually I'd be pretty mad if someone just came barging in like that, but you're so cute, I'll make an exception this time.
You said the Rossettis?
What? You didn't know our troop's name? Don't go forgetting it now. Say, what's your name?
Fate, but...
I'm Sophia. Right. To my darling Fate. From the Fairy of Illusions, Pepito Rossetti. All done. What the?
Hey, you can't just draw on somebody's shirt.
Huh? What? I thought you wanted my autograph. Nobody said anything.
She did not write them all them letters, yeah. By the way, Peddler. 1 second. I actually started playing the Final Fantasy 15 phone game too.
Clown's autograph. My papa's? You can't want Ganella the Clown's autograph, or Ursus the Strongman's,
What's wrong with Ganella the Clown?
right?
No.
It's a lot like all the other games of it's a game of that type. There's a lot of games of this type, like the one that has Arnold Schwarzenegger as the spokesman for it. I believe that one's called Game of War. So I haven't really done anything with it yet.
Are you a salesman? Nah. Come to think of it, you look like the kind of guy who's
I'm enjoying it more
never
than
done an
those, though.
honest day's work in his life. I know. You're here to collect on a loan. And you're too early. That loan's good until next month, they promised.
No. Who are the Rossettis anyway? And what's with this Fairy of Illusion stuff?
Okay. So... you two are just lost?
Well, we're not really lost.
Oh no! You're robbers!
No, not that either.
Then what are you? You're not one of my fans. You're not here to collect on our loan. You're not lost. So what do you think you're doing barging into our room like this?
I'm sorry for barging into your room. We were just taking a little walk, checking out the place. Isn't that right, Sophia?
A walk?
Yeah, a walk.
Barging into people's rooms isn't called taking a walk. That's for burglars, or lost kids, or stalkers, or groupies.
Okay then, we're lost.
Let's get out of here, Finn.
Good idea.
Lost. That explains it. And I thought you were my very first fan.
Aww.
Oh well. It's not like I performed yet. So, it did seem a little strange.
You're a performer?
That's right. We're the Rossetti Troupe, and we bring you a fleeting vision of the future.
In other people's rooms, I go
Great
for a walk
guy,
as well.
Peter Rossetti.
I'm with Miss Pigtails, yeah.
Kurt and Train Taryn, we're a circus troupe, and I'm sort of the host.
Oh, so this shirt with your signature's gonna be worth something.
Of course! It's the first autograph I ever signed.
The first?
Tomorrow's my debut. In 6 months, why, you could buy a whole planet with that shirt.
Oh yeah? Amazing. An entire planet. I guess I'll have to take good care of it.
Hey, you don't believe me.
No, I believe you.
Choosing that
sure
choice
you'll
gets
be
me better
dynamite
full
on the
points with
stage.
other people. Besides, it makes him less of a dick, so...
So I'll give this little present to you, my first fan.
Huh? A ticket?
Yeah, our show's tomorrow. You better not miss it. After you see us do our thing, you'll want to treasure that autograph for the rest of your life.
Gee, thanks. I'm looking forward to the show.
Just one ticket, your friends can't come. Yep.
Fate.
Alright. Now let me talk to Ganella. Little Day practices late in the evening each and every day. She practices more than anyone, so I'm sure she'll be fine. Ganella the clown. Don't you worry, my lad. Our invincible little Missy here will take care of any foe. I like Ganella the clown. He's a cool dude. Alright. Now I have to find the transporter. Now I have to find the correct transporter. It's not this one, right? Nope. That's the wrong one. Wrong transporter. Then it must be this one. Yep, to the beach. There we go. Alright. There we go. Absolutely no holography, robotics, or artificial organisms are used. Okay. Alright. First thing to do. Best Unimorphous in the galaxy. So what about it? What brought that up? Something you want to say? This is a PA. This is the second one. Parental reflection. Yes, there is. It's just that, well, no matter how brilliant they are, they fizz up sometimes too. Whatever. My parents may be brilliant, but what does that have to do with me? My parents are unique individuals, and I'm my own person too. What's the problem? Don't be so defensive. Maybe someday you'll surpass them one way or another. Or don't you think about things like that? You make it sound so easy. Surpassing what they've done will be quite a feat. Don't be so worried about it. How about we do this, Fate? I'll aim to suppress your mother, Aunt Ryoko, and you aim to suppress your father, Uncle Robert. That's fair, isn't it? Not sure if I call that fair. Aunt Ryoko. I know it's strange, but I always feel like they're looming over me. Maybe I'll always be standing in their shade, you know? That got me a bunch of points. So that's good. I'm not keeping track of it, though. The whole idea of coming to a resort planet is to stretch out your tail and relax. But my friend has got her mind set on hooking up with a hot guy. I can't figure out why she had to come all the way to Haida just to do that. When they say sea breeze, that means there's salt mixed in the air, right? Do you think it's real okay to breathe stuff like that? Drow Energy claims that it's okay, but I have my doubts. Now this is another PA you can engage in.
Well, hello there. What can I do for you?
She looks you up and down.
Say, you're kinda cute. And kinda single, You know, hanging out on this beach has got me as dry as a dog. How would you like to come up to my room for a little drinky?
Drinky?
Friend mode activated.
Hey, you can't go around talking to just anybody. Gee.
Oh, Sophia.
Oh, Sophia.
Oh, Sophia. Where's your brain, Fate?
In his pants.
Who's that?
So there are three choices. One of them is the baseline regular one, but she hates him for... Sophia hates you unless you pick the third one. Also, the third one results in the best overall pluses and the least amount of minuses. The second one is worse. It gives you literally nothing. I'm going to go with the third one, like I usually do.
My girlfriend. She's pretty cute, huh?
What? Who? What was that? What?
Just play along.
Yeah, okay.
Well, anyway, thanks for asking, but I'll have to pass.
She's smiling.
Fine, I understand. What a waste. Here I thought if I went to this expensive resort, I'd run into lots of hot guys. And when I finally find a guy who's my type, he's taken. Why do I always get the bad luck? Excuse me. Thanks.
God, her neck just wiggled at a weird, unnatural angle there.
Sorry, Sophia.
Place of opportunity lost. That was never gonna
I
happen.
know I just made that up on the spur of the moment, but I shouldn't have said that. If I hadn't said that, she wouldn't have backed off, right? So...
You surprised me. I mean, you? My boyfriend? Don't worry, I don't mind. After all, it's not like I surprise you or anything.
Hey look, it's a dolphin person! You do not surf. Once I rest the spell, I shall hit the waves again. How much you want to bet that he's in the damn dictionary? They are! There's a bunch of stuff in here, but I'm going to just read the dolphin. Marine race that lives on the city of Orba, which lies underneath an ocean on the planet Expel. As readily apparent, blue dolphins are descended from dolphins, but the race actually evolved from the ability to live on land due to planetary pollution caused by energy stone. However, the blue dolphins have a rough time living on land because their skin dries easily and they can never stray too far from water. The foxtails are that chick. They're a sentient race descended from foxes with multiple tails extending from their posteriors that have the strange characteristic of growing one new tail each century. Foxtails are born with powerful symbological ability that allows them to take any form at will. Strangely enough, though, they cannot change their tails, which remain a dead giveaway to an alert observer. Cubies. Anyway, here are the two parents. That's Aunt Ryoko. Oh, Faye, you finally decided to get some sun. You're playing that game again, weren't you? What if I was? It's just something I like to do. I know, but couldn't you forget about games for a while? At least we're on this trip. Don't you think it's unfair to Sophia after she took the time to travel with us? You don't have to lecture me like that. I'm not a kid anymore, you know. Sometimes I wonder. At least I still think you're a child every time you get so defensive like this. Well, you should just be happy that I still take the time to talk to you about things like this. That just shows how much I really care about you. Aww. Don't go needlessly worrying us, let alone Sophia. Of course, that's only if she doesn't want to starve herself to death when we get back to Earth. What? You were playing games again, Fate? Well, I guess I can't complain as long as it's your own money that you're wasting. It's okay if you play games, but don't overdo it. After all, games are merely a way for you to spend your free time. Yep. Alright, that's that. Alright, now we're going to actually move on with the game. I do like how she automatically catches up. Now let me see. Shall we play again? Let's try again. Gives bonuses to everybody. Only a few small penalties. And you get a lot of good bonuses out of it. Alright. Alright. This part is actually somewhat difficult as I recall. So let me give it a shot. Hotel is one of those new combat simulator games. We have some free time. Maybe I should try to get Sophia to play a game or two with me. I've done everything else.
Games again? But you were just playing. Keep playing games all the time like that, and you'll turn into a brainless muscle man.
What to do? Why don't you give it a try, Sophia? It's really fun.
Isn't this one of those combat simulators? Don't you have to fight? No can do. I don't like these kind of games.
Now, this one, obviously picking the first one's better than the second.
Don't worry. I'll protect you.
Everybody get that's positives only.
But
I'd never let you do anything dangerous. I promise. Come on, try it.
well, okay. If you say so, I guess I could give it a try.
Then it's settled.
It'll be alright.
Let's start at an easy level, since you're a beginner.
Let me see, I'm just counting some numbers here in the guide. 1 second.
You'd prefer a character that uses symbology from a distance rather than one that fights up front, right?
2 + 2 + 1.
Yeah, well, it won't hurt, will it?
Don't worry. Beginner's level doesn't hurt at all, really.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
All right then, we're about ready.
Welcome to the battle simulator. Please set battle system parameters.
What do you want to do, Sophia? Let's start from the beginning. You want to take a look at the instructions?
I don't know. Should I?
You probably should. Otherwise, it won't be much fun.
Okay, I will.
My voice is kind of rested now. Battle Simulator allows you to play the battle tutorial, initialize battle trophies, and view descriptions. Battle trophies. They are something that proves you have satisfied certain conditions. There might even be special rewards. There are. Gathering trophies requires the memory card, yada yada. So I have to initialize it. I'm not sure how the... This sort of game needs some adult supervision. Not that kind. For the moment, anyway, Peddler. Alright, internal clock, yada yada. You can check the battle trophies, etc. Okay. I don't think I can load. I'm gonna actually just initialize it. I don't think I have anything, so. Oh, it already has it. Alright, well then I'll keep it. I'll hit load again just to do it. This is not a hentai game, no.
All right, let's play. Computer, start.
Player 1. Fate Line God. Character Sword Master Adonis Klein. User level AAA. Player 2. Sophia Estede. Character Flare Witch Cecilia Fairmana. User level E. Battlefield Remote City of Listia. Monster level E. Setup complete. Continue.
Okay.
Preparing to commence. This simulation system may abort a game if it detects that player safety is at risk.
I already know that. Just start.
Confirmed. Commencing game.
I'll give it my best shot. Bring it on.
Okay. Let me see if I remember how the strong attacks are circle. Okay. This is the best way to do this. Playing as her is actually the better choice here. Because she does MP damage with her attacks. And these things have way less MP. Huh. Well, there's one. Also, they're really slow. Mr. Triple A sucks. No, it's just because I wasn't playing him.
I did it, didn't I?
16 full, 2 trophies. Alright, I got 2 of them. Whew. This one is much harder.
But wasn't it fun?
Well, it wasn't too bad, I guess.
So doing it again is the right
Computer,
call.
start the next battle.
What? We're gonna play again?
Don't worry.
But not the
it's
third
basically
one.
the same as last time.
Okay.
But it's much harder because these enemies are really fast. Ah, shitballs. Because they attack MP. Oh wow, I got one, almost. Oh shit, I might actually win this one. This is usually a lot harder. I think 2 of them are dead already. They usually just swarm his ass and then he dies before I can do anything. Like that. Okay. Well, I got one of them, so I should be able to win now. That's 2. I have to let them get close enough to do... Oh, shitballs. This is gonna be hard. Oh! Run! Shit. This is really difficult. If I lose, I'm screwed on stuff here. Okay. There's one left.
How do you like that?
Got him!
Hey,
Yes!
did you see that?
Also, the armor looks kind of cool. But damn, I actually won. That was very hard. If you just go at it, you'll die very easily. I got it.
Wow, my heart's
Wow, my
still
heart's
racing.
beating really fast too,
Guess
because I actually
haven't gotten
succeeded.
much exercise lately.
She looks pretty tired. The game's a lot more physically demanding than it looks.
Whoops!
This is good exercise.
Damn it! I pushed the wrong button.
I said, but it might be a little harder.
Really?
Shit. I did not mean to. Oh my god! That thing? How am I supposed to beat that
I'll
thing?
give it my best shot. Bring it on. How do you like that?
Fuck. I accidentally pushed the wrong button. Oh, crap. Run. I might be able to win, but I think it'll be okay.
How do you like that?
I got plenty of... I wonder if she has any fucking symbols yet. Hold on. That's all I've got, all item-wise. I can see literally nothing. Oof. Oh, come on. I might be able to win this one if I keep to my strategy here. Oh shit! Damn it! What did I lose?
Lost. I was just getting in the...
Don't worry about it. I'm old enough not to worry about winning or losing. What matters is, did you have fun or not?
It's not that bad.
If you did have fun, let's continue our game sometime.
Oh, it's not
okay?
that bad.
You'll get better with a little practice. Then again, if you were bored, then there's really no point. What do you say we stop now and go get a bite to eat or something? You look pretty bushed.
Yeah, I'm beat.
You need more exercise.
Guess I'm just a fatty.
No one's saying that. Sheesh. Hey, let's go find my mom and dad.
Right.
That's not so bad. There's plenty of other opportunities, I guess. Fuck. I feel like a fool, but I'm not going back and doing that all again. Crazy talk. I'm not doing it.
Level 2 tremor
I have to go all the way back, go through every single
The
cutscene,
system
even
will
with the skip thing.
temporarily
Oh, whoops.
Earthquake?
The system is temporarily deactivated due to earthquake. I'm so pissed I'm doing stupid shit by accident. My bad.
Haida 4 is a stable world with no tectonic activity. There shouldn't be any earthquakes.
Alright, take care, peddler.
This is an emergency alert. Haida 4 is currently under attack by unidentified spacecraft. All civilians should follow immediate evacuation instructions on the nearest console. I repeat.
Computer,
all civilians-
what's going on?
Remote Station 7, Haida 3 and Haida 4 are currently under attack by unidentified ships. Remote Station 7 has scrambled its own ships to mount a counterattack, but they are outnumbered and therefore unable to provide evacuation assistance to Haida 4.
An attack by unidentified ships?
Stand by for video display.
Oh, it's actually pretty easy to get that back. Alright, we'll be fine. It would have given me... Oh, that's actually fine. Oh, shit.
I don't believe it.
As an emergency measure, all transporters have been directly linked to the evacuation terminal. Please commence evacuation by following the established route. I repeat, please commence.
Don't worry, Sophia. I'll stick with you.
Thanks.
But who could be attacking us? Never seen ships like
You know what
this
I'm gonna
before.
do? Once the stream's
Mom and
done,
Dad are on it. First things first.
I'll bet blowing
We
stuff
gotta
up
get
again,
out of
haha. But no, I know what I'm gonna do.
go.
Once the stream's done,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and do it again. Which will be done soon, actually. Let me just say something. Oh, I actually have to get a move on. So we're just gonna run over to the transporter, continue event. I'm really worried about your mom and dad. Do you think they're okay? I don't know, but at any rate we gotta get somewhere safe fast. Sure, I'm worried about my mom and dad, but we need to think about ourselves right now. Yeah, you're right. Let's go.
Oh no! What am I gonna do? No, I gotta relax. Relax! First of all, I gotta get away from here.
That kid walks pretty fast. Alright. There's an optional event here, but I'm not gonna do it. No. No, I didn't get those points, so I'm not gonna do it.
Due to the state of emergency, all transporters have been redirected to send guests to a special floor, where a large transporter waits to take you to the emergency shelter. After the arrival of all guests at the shelter has been confirmed, the transport jammer located in the evacuation facility will be activated.
As you can see, she has 3 eyes.
All guests must proceed to the shelter immediately.
I'll do it. I'll take a short video when I get to that cutscene so you can see it. Oh, wow! That's faster than I thought it would be. I can actually stop here. Save point. Automatically activated when you approach them, because I'm going to stop here. I was going to go to the first save point. I guess I can't go back. Nope, I cannot. So I will activate the save point, make my first save, which I'll immediately overwrite later. Alright. Alright, guys. I know it's a dramatic point, but that's it for me. I got stuff to do. Cheddar Slammer and Bite Bite. We should be doing 7 Days to Die soon. So check that out in a few hours. I will send out a tweet when we're on. Take care, everybody. And I know this is not the best start in the world because I made a silly mistake. But once this part's done, the rest of it just plays itself, frankly. So, take care, everybody. This is Tsukasa #1 signing off. Thank you.